So finally, for section 9-1, we're going to figure out what the cumulative interest and principal payments were for particular quarters. And the reason we're going to do that is our tax consultant wants to know the first year of interest payments are going to equal what, so they can estimate what the tax burden will be at the end of that year. The second year is going to be lower. The third year even lower, fourth and fifth year lower and lower. So the tax burden being lower means that our accountants are going to have to try to figure out what we'll be paying as we get this loan down. So we're going to do that down here in this little section here. Notice here we've got quarters 1 to 4, 5 to 8, 9 to 12, 13, 16, 17, 20. Quarters 1 to 4 is year 1, 5 to 8 is year 2, 9 to 12 is year 3, and so on and so forth. This is going to be an important thing for the homework you have due. Okay, so I want you to try to catch this during this particular piece. All we have to do is go to B36, and I am at the bottom of page 503. We're going to equal CUM. Notice the two I have. Cumulative interest or cumulative principal. We're going to do the interest first. Get my dialog box up here. Again, pretty simple. The rate is not the annual rate. It is the quarterly rate. And we're going to absolute cell reference that. Number of periods. Total number of periods, it's F5. That's how many periods overall for the loan. Okay. The present value, that is going to be found in A5, and we're never going to leave A5. Here's where it looks tricky. The start period is right here. It's B34. The end period is B35. We want to go from quarter 1 through quarter 4. Start period, end period. Quarter 1, quarter 4. So it's going to include 1, 2, 3, and 4. Start, end. Those are the wild cards. Okay. Now it also, here's the other thing we have to do that the dialog box fails to do. We also need to add a 0 in there. I'll explain to you why. Okay. But here in end period, we need to do comma 0. If you'll notice what they just wanted you to type, it says comma 0. In order for me to get there, I have to put the comma 0. And I'm going to press OK. I've entered too few arguments for the function. I don't think I have. Let's see. Let's get rid of that. And let's get rid of that. And there we go. Okay. Excel's kind of weird once in a while, but that's okay. Alright. That's pretty simple. We're going to copy the formula from B36 all the way over to F36. Notice how my interest payment for the first year was $23,900. For the second year was $4,000 less. For the third year was $5,000 less. For the fourth year was $5,000 plus less. And then it's way less here. Okay? So let's go ahead and do the cumulative principal. Oops. Equals CUM principal, my dialog box, and you know me, I like to do it this way. My rate is this, absolute cell reference. Number of periods is here, absolute cell reference. Present value, 300,000, absolute cell reference. My start period is there, my end period is there. I'll do my comma 0, I'll get my error message, I'll clean this up, and there we go. So the amount against the principal after the first year is I paid $50,000 against the principal. And as this number goes down, this one will surely go up, and it does. And then we're going to add these together. Sum, actually, let me just do this. How about my auto sum? Click on auto sum, There it is. Auto sum right there. Notice how the principal was always goes back up to $300,000. So what this is saying is that our principal was paid off, the $300,000 was paid off, but we also paid $71,000 in interest for this particular loan. That's a pretty important thing to see. I think it's a very nice thing to see. It's nice to see that, yep, I paid $300,000, but I paid $71,382 in interest over the course of the loan. If I were to do one, in fact, maybe on Monday I'll do one. I'll show you this. We'll do a 360 period mortgage, and you'll be surprised at what that number there is. Okay. All right, so that's it for 9.1. A little bit later, I'll be doing 9.2 for you. Show you the some other stuff that we can do. It's really easy stuff. You can figure it on your own, but this should get you through 9.1. So good luck.